Every home has a history, some of it written in the walls, and some of it buried beneath them. When the Miller family bought their dream house on Willow Creek Lane, they thought they were starting over, a fresh beginning, a new chapter. But the house they chose had a story of its own, one sealed behind a locked door. And sometimes what's locked away isn't meant to be found. The Miller family arrived at their new home on a warm summer afternoon. The two-story house stood quietly at the end of a suburban street, its peeling white paint glinting under the sun. Birds chirped lazily in the trees. A sold sign leaned crookedly in the yard, and the air smelled faintly of cut grass and dust.
Home sweet home,
Laura Miller said, forcing a smile as she wiped the sweat from her brow. Her husband, David, laughed as he hauled another box from the car.
You sure about that? This place looks like it's been asleep for years.
He teased. 12-year-old Evan rolled his eyes.
Yeah, more like haunted.
Their 9-year-old daughter, Lily, didn't seem to care. She was already racing up the front steps, calling dibs on the attic bedroom. Laura sighed.
Be careful, honey.
Inside, the air was cooler, but stale, like the house had been sealed for a long time. Dust floated in the sunlight, slicing through the blinds. The Millers spent the rest of the morning unpacking, laughter echoing faintly through the empty rooms. But beneath the noise and excitement, the house had a strange, heavy stillness. While exploring the hallway, Evan stumbled across a narrow door half hidden behind a coat rack. He opened it and peered down a flight of creaking wooden stairs that disappeared into darkness.
Hey, what's down here?
He called.
Basement.
Laura's voice came from the other room.
Don't go down there yet. It's filthy.
Evan smirked.
Relax, just looking.
He grabbed a flashlight from a nearby box and started down the stairs. The smell hit him first, damp and metallic, like rust and old water. The basement was large but cluttered. Old furniture sat under dust-covered sheets, and an ancient furnace loomed in the corner. But what caught his attention was an old wooden door at the far end, padlocked and covered in scratches. He frowned, moving closer. The scratches weren't old. The wood was fresh, splintered, as if someone had clawed at it recently.
What the hell?
He whispered.
Evan, lunch!
His mom called from upstairs. He froze, glancing at the door one last time.
Coming!
He turned and hurried back up the stairs, the sound of his footsteps echoing behind him. The Millers sat around the kitchen table, half-eaten sandwiches in front of them. The conversation was light, but Evan kept glancing toward the basement door down the hall. David was talking about repainting. Laura mentioned buying new furniture. Lily was rambling about her ghost chair in the attic. When Evan finally spoke up, his voice was quieter than usual.
Hey, have you guys seen that weird door in the basement? It's like locked, with scratches on it.
Laura laughed.
Scratches? Sweetie, it's just an old door. Probably rats.
Evan didn't reply. A faint sound brushed through the silence then. A scratching, distant but distinct. The family paused.
Probably the pipes.
David muttered quickly. He took a bite of his sandwich, but Evan knew that sound wasn't coming from the pipes. By night, the house had settled into uneasy quiet. The kids were supposed to be asleep, but Evan lay awake, staring at the ceiling. There it was again. He sat up, holding his breath. The sound was coming from below. He crept out of bed, careful not to wake Lily, and tiptoed down the hall. The basement door loomed at the end like a black mouth waiting to swallow him.
Okay,
He whispered to himself.
just gonna take a quick look.
He turned the knob. It opened with a groan. Step by step, he descended into the dark. The scratching grew louder. His flashlight flickered weakly as he approached the locked door. The sound stopped. Then, Evan froze. Another thump, louder this time, shaking the hinges. He reached out with trembling fingers and tugged at the rusted lock. It gave way with a click. The door creaked open. For a moment, there was only blackness. Then, a pale hand shot out from the darkness and slammed against the door frame. Skin gray, nails splintered, fingers twitching. Evan stumbled back, dropping the flashlight. The beam rolled across the floor, illuminating a face, a human face, half-rotted, its mouth hanging open, eyes cloudy and lifeless. It hissed, dragging itself forward. Evan screamed. Laura and David jumped awake to the sound of their son's screams.
Evan!
They bolted downstairs. The basement door slammed open and Evan burst out, white as chalk.
There's something down there!
He shouted.
It's not human!
What are you talking about?
David demanded. And then they all heard it. The sound of dragging footsteps, wet and heavy, coming up the stairs. Laura's breath hitched.
David.
He didn't move. His eyes were fixed on the basement door, which was slowly creaking open. A figure stepped into view. A corpse, its skin gray and torn, its eyes milky and unblinking. It staggered forward, mouth gaping in a low, guttural growl. Lily screamed.
Go!
David shouted.
Get to the car!
The family ran for the front door. Laura grabbed Lily, Evan right behind them. The zombie moved faster than it should have, arms flailing, growling deep from its chest. They burst out into the cold night, panting and terrified. The family reached the car. David fumbled with the keys. Behind them, the front door swung open, slamming against the wall. For a moment, there was silence, then movement. The creature stood in the doorway, swaying. It didn't chase them, it just watched, head tilted, as if confused by the light of the moon. David finally started the car, slamming his foot on the gas. Gravel sprayed as they sped down the road, the house shrinking in the rear-view mirror. Inside the car, no one spoke. After a long silence, Evan whispered,
It was locked down there. Someone must have kept it there.
Laura turned to look back. The house was just a shadow now. And in the basement window, faintly, barely visible, a pale hand pressed against the glass. The Millers never came back to their new home on Willow Creek Lane. The house stands empty now, quiet, still, waiting. But on some nights, if you pass by and listen closely, you can hear it, the scratching from beneath the floorboards, a reminder that some doors should never be opened and some things should never be found.